That's the way you walk when you walk over there. Bang. All right. Where's my little Ric Flair to kick off a Thursday? How you doing, folks? Ron Raymond here from the Ram Report for Thursday. It is May 11th. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your Thirsty Thursday. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you're using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by your good friends right here at bullpenpicks.com. Let's go and check out the top baseball pickers right now at Bullpen. And Scott Christensen, on-time 34, is on time, all right, because he's got 835 points. Yours truly, Ron Raymond, at 760, and then there's Ken Driver, Hawkeyes, at 508, and those are your top baseball pickers today at bullpenpicks.com. And if you want to follow my selections each and every day, go to most followed or top picker, look for Ron Raymond, click on follow my picks. I got 35 followers who are following my baseball selections. In fact, went 10-5. Let me see here. Yesterday, yeah, pretty good day yesterday, 10-5, and swept the board on my premium picks. We had a really good day with our premium picks, and but we'll get to that in just a minute. But you want to follow the top baseball pickers each and every day right here at bullpenpicks.com. Sign up today. It's free to play, free to join. All you got to do is go to bullpenpicks.com, follow the top pickers, and hopefully, and the way you get their selections, once you've picked some of the players you're following, go to the following link right here, and then you're going to see their baseball. You can see Art's got his picks up today, and that's where you can follow their picks and then compare your picks with their picks to build yourself a good consensus. All right, good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Welcome to the Ron Raymond Sports Betting Podcast. Obviously, my name is Ron Raymond. I'm born and raised here in Ottawa, Ontario, 5-time sports handicapping champion. Beautiful day in the nation's capital. Is 16 degrees. I feel like I got my DJ voice here today. I feel like I got the Barry White, hey, very deep today. I don't know what maybe it's the echo in the room or something, hey, but yeah, no, it is a beautiful day, 16 degrees, and looking forward to bringing you guys some pearls of wisdom today. I'm gonna go through our smart database. You know, I get into these grooves when I'm handicapping, and it's just, if I'm looking at my picks the last couple of days, I've been taking Colorado, and I'm saying, you know what, it's like the flavor of the week, right? The Colorado Rockies, and you know, my under the radar teams that I've been monitoring this year. Pittsburgh been struggling a little bit. Yeah, they're struggling, but I'm gonna go through about 7 teams that the last, you know, what do I always say in the show, right? It's all about cycles, player performance cycles, team performance cycles. And I'm going to show you about 7 teams that are going through a really good cycle. And you want to follow these teams in the next, maybe say 7 days or so, because they are right now, you know what they're doing? Show me the money! Yeah, they're showing us the money, and you want to follow these teams. Also, don't forget, check out the Ram Report light version. In fact, if you go to the website, atsstats.com, and you're going to see free tip sheets. When you click on it, these are one of our most popular tip sheets from the players who play here each and every day. And if you go scroll down to the bottom, this is what the players like. You get all these stats and trends. In fact, let me go get one game here. Let's bring up the game between, I think it's Tampa Bay and what a series is this going to be? The Yankees and the Rays, and we'll see if there's any fireworks from last weekend. But this should be a great game. No, I don't see the trends there. I saw them this morning. What team did I see the trends? Was it Minnesota, San Diego? And you got to scroll down to the bottom to get some of the best stats and trends. Nope, not that game. I think it was San Francisco. Let me go back to San Fran, Arizona. Maybe it was this game right here. Hopefully it is. If not, it's making me look like a liar. Yeah, it looks like a liar right now. But I know there's one game down here that has some good stats and trends. And we only produce the top stats and trends, right? If it doesn't have like a good 80% trend or more, then we don't produce this. I don't know why it's not showing up here. Let me see. Maybe it's not that game. Maybe it was the White Sox, Kansas City. But I'll show you some good trends in the 80% club stats. I know we do have some over there. And there we go. All right, Chicago White Sox is a road team the last 4 years against an American League Central opponent. Coming off a 1-game loss, and it was a road loss as a favorite. 3, 12, and 1 to the under. And this is one of the most popular features with the Raymond Report Lite version. Again, you go to the website, ATS Stats, go to free tip sheet, and you will get all the sports, all the Raymond Report Lite version, the matchups, and you want to check it out each and every day right here at atsstats.com. All right, good morning, good afternoon, and good night again, and welcome to the show. I see my good friend OG Weeds in the house. Good morning, OG, from the ATL, and I see Scott Christensen's in the house. Good morning, Vietnam, he says. Yeah, hey, little Robin Williams right there. And so welcome everybody. Thanks for tuning in each and every day right here at the Raymond Report. And what we're going to do right now, we're going to kick off and let's go feed the ponies. 1 minute to post time. And today we're going to go to Belmont Park. All right, let them out. Get them in the gate. Yep, they're off and running today at Belmont Park, and yeah, look at that person, race number 1, a $90,000 maiden special weight race, 2:05 post time. I think that's 3:05 post time. I gotta fix the time schedule. I think we're on Central Time here on the servers, but I think it's 3:05 post time at Belmont. I'll double check. 5 furlongs on the turf, and we are gonna go with a nice little long shot there with Jose Ortiz, not Junior, but Jose Ortiz, the brother of Irad Ortiz, is on the number 2 horse, Amirati. And you can see Jose is 33% in the money the last 100 races. 12-1 morning line on the number 2 horse. Number 7 horse we got into place, Sinan. And Javier Castellano taking a ride here on the number 7 horse, Sinan. And 6-1 morning line. And the number 1 horse, Sam's Treasure, with Irad Ortiz Jr., the brother of Jose, is the probably the morning line favorite at 8-5. And we do have Irad Ortiz with Sam's Treasure coming in the 3 today. So 2-7-1 in race number 1 today at Belmont. Your value play of the day is the number 8 horse, Follow Your Arrow, with Davis in the saddle at 5-1 morning line. And you can play all of our horse racing picks. In fact, if you go to the horse menu bar right here, we do have a premium tip sheet. So if you're looking for all the tracks today, if you're a horse racing enthusiast, you can see we got Belmont Park, Belterra Park, Charlottetown, Churchill Downs, Delta Downs, Evangeline Downs, Gulfstream Park, one of my favorite when I go down to Hollywood Park in the winter, or Hollywood Beach, not Hollywood Park. I go to Gulfstream Park though. Hawthorne, and then you got Horseshoe Indianapolis, you got Lone Star, Penn National, Pimlico, you got Remington Park, not Remington Steel, but Sam Houston, Thistledown, and those are your premium tip sheets. In fact, let me go to Churchill Downs. I want to see some of the drivers going today at Churchill Downs, and let's see if we can maybe squeeze out another winner here. Yeah, there's my guy, Luis Saez. Yeah, a lot of the good drivers are at Churchill Downs. In fact, today in Churchill Downs, it's in race number 1, $92,000 maiden special weight race. 4 p.m. Eastern, or maybe 5. I got to fix that. Check out the time. You know, when we do these time shifting, it screws up all the servers. 3-5-9 in race number 1 today at Churchill Downs. And my guy, Luis Saez, he didn't do too good at the Kentucky Derby, but that's okay. We had Maj, though. We had Maj. Eh? And the number 3 horse, Patch O'Brien, is at 6-1 morning line. Number 5, Frosty the Giant, with Tyler Gaffalione on the saddle on Frosty the Giant, the number 5 horse. 5-2 morning line on Frosty the Giant. And the number 9 horse, Innocent Man, with BJ Hernandez Jr. in the saddle on the 9. 5-1 morning line on Innocent Man. And your Joker's Wild is the number 6 horse, Calling My Name, with Loveberry in the saddle on Calling My Name, 9-2 morning line. And that's your bonus edition today of Churchill Downs. Since there's not a lot of baseball going, so I thought I'd throw in an extra pearl of wisdom here on the Churchill Downs on the horse racing selection. All right. There you have it. Those,
yeah, baby.
Yeah, those are your free horse racing selections today for May 11th. All right, hopefully you guys having yourself a good day. Hopefully a good day in baseball. Had a really, you got to knock on wood, because when you get a day like yesterday in baseball, you enjoy those days. Had the Rockies plus 1.5. And if you ever want to get our free selections, go to the website atsstats.com. Go to picks, Ron Raymond or Ross Benjamin, and I normally put up a free pick each and every day. And yesterday yesterday. I had the Yankees, Dodgers, and Padres in my triple pick pack, and my 5-star silver bullet was exactly that. It was a 5-star silver bullet win, and I don't even think we needed the Geico insurance, but Baltimore was our top play yesterday, and that was my 5-star best bet, and we won that selection. So 5-0 yesterday with the baseball selections. And again, if you want to get my picks or Ross Benjamin picks, you can just go to the website and you can get our top selections each and every day right here at atsstats.com. All right, let's get to the markets and let's see how the sports betting index is doing the last couple days in the markets. And again, you got to follow the markets. You got to have your finger on the pulse. And I was watching CNBC this morning, and they had somebody on, I forget, her name was Emily, and she was talking about the retail investor and how it's, if you follow the stock markets, it's really a roller coaster. The Dow's up one week, down the next. It's just been like this for and I remember one guest audience came and goes, you know what? The retail investor is exhausted. That was a good way of putting it, right? If you're into the stock market or even into the crypto, you're probably, as a retailer, you're probably exhausted just following the markets. But you know what? Here's a good strategy to use. HODL. Hold your stocks. Think long-term investment. Day trading could drive you nuts, and I gave that up a couple of years ago. And now my strategy is I'm in this for 9 innings, not the first 3 innings, right? Or lately the first inning. But yeah, you got to have a long-term investment plan. Mike Tyson. What does Mike Tyson say? Everybody has a plan till they get punched in the mouth.
Our formula is this.
Or you ask Mike Singletary.
We go out, we hit people in the mouth.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, that's what you want to do to the markets or to your sports book. We'll rein it in here, and we know we're a sports betting show, but we're still an investment show, right? We're still investing money, so we do talk a little bit of money here. All right, let's go to the Major League Baseball. We've been talking about the underdogs, how they've been cashing tickets. In fact, look at that. Underdogs still having quite the week. I haven't seen this since last year, where the underdogs just absolutely destroyed the week, right? If you look at this column right here, the underdogs won 5 of the 7 days. And that I can promise you this is not going to continue forever, right? The bookmakers will adjust. And if you look down here in this week 1, when the opening day started, underdogs had 2 weeks. Underdogs had 2 weeks here. They had 1 week here. Here, they didn't even get a break. They only got 1 push. Here they got 3 days, and now they got 5 days. So what goes up must come down. And if you think underdogs are going to continue to win like this, well, I got some swampland to sell you in Florida. All right, look at this though. Wow, 11-4 for the underdogs on the run line. You can see the run line is where I think the run line is one of the most undervalued way to make money, right? Everybody's thinking of spreads and the money line and over unders. Puck line, run line, buy that guy. I call it the Geico insurance, right? Once you can get that Geico insurance, it gives you a sort of a comfort level. And, I've been doing this for 27 years, and I talk to a lot of guys, and at the end of the day, a lot of guys have different, and girls have different philosophy in their sports investment. At the end of the day, it is, the price is what the price is, right? I used to have this mindset where I would never lay more than 150 in a bet, and some people still do, right? They say if it's over 150, I'll never leave it. I'll never bet it. When you do that, you just took away half your percentages of making money, because at the end of the day, and I'll go back to my 2-for-1 pizza analogy, right? You want that 2-for-1 pizza that probably tastes like, cardboard, but it's only like $10 for 2, or you want that nice deluxe pizza that's like $40 and you enjoy that pizza and it's good value, right? Well, good value. It's more expensive. It's maybe overvalued, but you're enjoying quality, right? And to me, sports betting that's the way you got to really approach. The price is what the price is, right? Depending on the markets. And right now, and this is where you got to look at, if you're a buyer into the sports betting markets, you got to look at the markets and you say, okay, are we in a bullish market for favorites, or are we in a bearish market? Right now, we're in a bearish market. Well, we're in a neutral market, really. But to me, it feels very bearish for favorites, right? I like to play favorites, but I got to pick my spots when I do. And right now, we're in a neutral market. But if you're a dog player in baseball, you can see Yeah, the dogs are doing really well. In fact, 73% of the underdogs won yesterday, 62.7% the last 7 days if you're betting the run line on underdogs. So, hey, the price is what the price is, and you got to shop for value. And to me, you can't limit yourself to like just being a dog player, right? Sometimes I talk to a lot of the clients and they say, I'll just play underdogs. Well, how's that going for you? That's what I always say. Well, how's that going for you? And normally they say, well, win some, lose some. Yeah. That's not the objective, right? The objective is to build your bankroll up and make it to cash out Monday, right? You want to make it on a cash out Monday, so this way you're taking money out and you're not constantly putting money in. So looking at the markets right now, yeah, it's a dog world, Mr. Norm Peterson?
It's a dog world, Sammy, and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear.
Yeah, milk-bone underwear is because the dogs are really, they're cashing in right now. There's Scotty. Good morning, Scott. Morning, Bullpen. Happy Thursday, everybody. Yeah, you know what? I need...
Can we have fun?
Yeah, we will have fun.
You're damn right. I demand that we have fun.
Yeah, it's not a show unless you bring Rex Ryan on board, right? Or playoffs.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs?
Yeah, Maple Leafs. Hey, Toronto Maple Leaf fan, there is hope. 3 games to 1, 2-1. What a game! But yeah, we'll talk about the playoffs, and we'll talk about the Lakers, the Warriors. That's a good series right there. The Knicks, hey, showing a sign of life last night. Hey, they got challenged a bit by their head coach, and next thing you know, they're putting up W's. That's the name of the game. All right, speaking of W's, let's go find some W's today. And you know what? Before we get to the W's, I'm gonna get right into the so in the handicapping 101 here, right? Every time I do these shows, I'm not your typical handicapper, just give you picks every day and just do that. I'm more about educating, right? More like just like football coaching, right? You guys know I coach last night, went in the Gatineau and coached some players in Gatineau last night. Had a blast. These guys were all in, and the coaching staff was awesome, and looking forward to that. And yeah, so also looking forward to this weekend. It's the Ottawa High School All-Star Game, and I'll be doing the some commentary en français. Rogers 23 here in Ottawa. So if you're in the Ottawa area and you want to watch some good high school football, I'll be doing some play-by-play with Stephanie KC, her last name, Kuzniak. Chouinard Kuzniak, so Kuzniak Chouinard, and looking forward to that. And yeah, so this weekend, football weekend, and then our Myers season, yeah, we start next weekend against Etobicoke. So looking forward to a lot of football this summer and this fall. And the old ball coach freaking pulled my calf muscle last. I'll get to the show. Yeah, you know what? It's only a calf muscle, all right? It's only a calf muscle. Yeah, but man, I'll tell you, I showed my age this week just doing at a camp and pulled my calf muscle. Hey, it's anyway. All right, so let's get into the dashboard and let's go to our smart database. And what I was saying earlier into the show is when you're following, especially baseball, right? It could be anytime, like especially baseball, when there's like 162 games, 164 games throughout the year. The RAM report never truly comes into play here, because what do I say all the time, right? Shop for value, play to percentages, and performance cycles. And baseball, to me, because there's so many games, so many teams are going to go through cycles, right? Even the bad teams, yeah, even the bad teams are going to, like a blind squirrel will find a nut once in a while. Even the bad teams are going to go on a good run. And in fact, speaking of bad teams, let's look in the let's go back to April 27th. We're going to go 3 weeks, close to about 3 weeks, right? So I'm going to go any team. And what we're going to look for is which team has been in a good cycle. Colorado's been making me some money the last couple of weeks. They've been in a good cycle. So let's go April 27th of this year. And then let's go to May 11th. Actually, May 10th, since today is the 11th. And let's do a little... hang on here. I got to go... that was March. Yeah, I don't want to go to March. I want to go to May 10th. And there we go. That should work it. There we go. All right. So, as you can see, the National League West division is probably the teams you want to watch right now, because the NL West has won 59.3% of the games. And the team that's struggling the most, or the division that's struggling the most, is National League Central Division. 22-41 for 34.9%. And the over-under pretty much a coin flip at 48.8 when you calculate all the divisions. And let me see what the over has done well for the AL East. Yeah, hey, there's a surprise, right? The Yankees, Orioles, Tampa Bay, all those games going over. Geez, there's a shock, right? All right, let's take a look at the last 3 weeks in Major League Baseball and which team are going through a good cycle. And again, you should be doing this every 7 days or so, or you like to do it every day, but the teams, you got to wait till teams develop their cycles, right? So I've got 7 teams right now that are going through a pretty good cycle that you probably want to just, keep it on your the side burner when you're doing your handicapping. All right, so here's we'll go through every team. So the Yankees are 7-6. Boston, there's Boston. What I'm looking for, teams with 8 wins or more. And to me, in the last 3 weeks, that to me are teams you want to follow, right? The Boston Red Sox, they're 9-3. They're on a hot run right now. They played Cleveland, Toronto, and let me see, Philadelphia and Atlanta. So, hey, those aren't cream puff teams, right? Those are really good teams. And Boston, yeah, they're beating the beatables right now. And, you keep an eye on the Boston Red Sox. Hey, Cora's a good manager. He's got those guys playing really well. Toronto Blue Jays struggling a bit, 5-7. The Baltimore Orioles, 8-5, 7-6 to the over. And Baltimore, they've been playing. So Detroit, Kansas City, Atlanta, and Tampa Bay. So half and half, right? So they're beating the beatables. And then, against teams, they're playing the tough teams like Atlanta and Tampa Bay. But Baltimore coming in also in the top 7. They're 8-5. You got Tampa Bay, the Rays. They haven't missed a beat all year. They're 9-4. The cash man doing his job out there in Tampa Bay. And they played the White Sox, Pittsburgh, Yankees, and Baltimore. So some good teams in there. Minnesota, 6-6. Chicago White Sox, 6-7. Had a pretty, maybe a good 5 days or so, right? The White Sox. And how have they done? Let me see. They played yesterday, and Lance Romance Lynn, and they got smoked 9-1. Kansas City 5-8. You got Cleveland, who's 5-7. But look at Cleveland; they're back to their pitching form like last year. To the under. The under is 10-1-1 for the Cleveland Guardians since April 27. So if you like totals, keep an eye on Cleveland because they're they're still making a lot of unders right now. The bookmakers are probably keep an eye on what the bookmaker does with their number. Right, when you look at the totals for Cleveland games, look at the totals. Right, 8.5, 9, 8.5, 7.5. It's all over the place depending on who's starting and who's starting for the other team. Detroit is 7-5. Which is, a winning record. One game could have made our 7 club. And you got Oakland, who's 3-10. Oakland,
Struggling.
yeah.
How about our offense? When are we going to put it together?
Yeah, when are you going to put it together there? Maybe you need to some money ball back in Oakland right here. But, Oakland, man, they got enough distractions on the side burner, right? With stadium and going to Vegas probably. It's just, there's enough distractions in Oakland. Seattle 7-6. Seattle's a funny team, right? Just they had a really good year last year. They're struggling a bit this year. LA Angels 7-6. You got Texas, the Texas Rangers, 8-4 right now since April 27th. So they're part of our Lucky 7 club. That's what we'll probably call it, right? The Lucky 7 club in the performance cycles. Houston, 5-7. Houston, we got a problem. Atlanta, look at Atlanta, 8-4. Are we shocked? Not really. Who are they beating though? Let's see who they're beating. So they beat Miami. They beat the Mets. There's Miami again. Baltimore and Boston. Yeah, so they're playing some tough teams. Strength of schedule is really good for the Atlanta Braves. Miami, 7-6. Respectable. They got to show the respect right there. Philadelphia, 500 at 6-6. You got Washington, 7-7. Hey, sticking with my Expos hat. I feel kind of lucky when I wear my Expos hat. Superstitions, eh? How funny is a sports handicapper who has superstition, right? But going back to my Expo side, I think the Expo look is a good look. All right, hopefully it's a good luck to bring him back to Montreal. Hey, if there's an owner out there who want to make some instant friends, go bring the Expos back to Montreal. 4-7 for the Mets. Ooh, hey.
How about our offense?
No. Yeah, what the hell's going on in New York? Hey, nothing wrong with the Yankees. The Mets, ooh, that's another picture. Cubbies, 5-9. Cubbies started the year strong, but now they're going down a bit. they're 5-9, but 10-4 to the under. St. Louis 4-9 to St. Louis Cardinals. Yeah, they're probably the biggest disappointment of the year right now. St. Louis Cardinals, right? I had them listed probably winning the NL Central Division, but we started the show. What did we say? The lowest team with the winning percentage, NL Central. So we'll see. Probably Milwaukee win that one. Pittsburgh 4-9. The Bucks, yeah, you know what? Bucks started strong. Now they're fading a bit. But you know what? Remember, they weren't playing anybody now, and they're still not playing nobody. Well, the Dodgers aren't nobody. The Dodgers are good. But Washington, Tampa Bay, Toronto, and Colorado. And there's Colorado. Well, I'll get to in a second. Cincinnati 5-6. You got Milwaukee 4-8. Yeah, the NL Central's it's going to be a crapshoot. San Francisco 5-7. You got the Dodgers starting to pour it on right now, 10-3. Arizona 6-5, and there's Colorado's probably the value play team you wanted to look out for the next couple of days. They've been really good. And then there's San Diego 6-5, but 2-9 to the under. So those are teams that you know what, once in a while you'll want to go through. You see these teams winning, and you say, okay, you know what, and you're probably saying, well, yeah, but now that they're winning, if I jump on them, they're probably going to lose, right? Well, welcome to sports betting. That's how it works. But the key is you got to have an eye for this stuff to see when a team is starting that cycle. And again, it's all about the markets, right? And if you're speaking of the markets, those A, B's, and C type teams in the Rain Report, they're going to have their performance cycles, right? So if I go to the dashboard here at the website and I go to my market index, let's take a look at some of the teams in the MLBs, the markets, and see how they're doing in this cycle. And if you're new to the Ram Report, I look at games through a 7-game cycle when it comes to Major League Baseball, a 3-game cycle when it comes to football. But because of all the volume involved in the other sports like hockey, NBA, you got to look at through a 7-game lens. All right, so the A-type teams, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, still at 5, just like we were on Tuesday. Boston, LA, the Dodgers, Texas, Baltimore, Atlanta, Tampa Bay. And the thing here, and normally you'll very rarely will you see a team that is bearish. But you know what? Since the underdogs are winning so much at a high clip, I'm a little surprised there's not a bearish team in the A club, right? In the 60 or higher club. So that is a little bit interesting. The B-type teams, here we go. So look at the B-type teams. So you got 3 teams in the bearish club. Pittsburgh, Milwaukee, the New York Mets. Those teams are pretty bearish right now. And the only team that is hot in the B club is the New York Yankees. And they're 55%, 21-17, 3-game win streak, 5-2, and they are bullish in the last 7 games. Confidence level, public marketed confidence levels at 71%. And that, you know what? That's a true. I love this column right here, the confidence level, because it tells you how the market feels about that team in a certain situation. Like right now for May 11th, the confidence level of the Yankees from a betting perspective from the market is at 71%, which is pretty good. And you look at Pittsburgh 14%, Milwaukee 28%. You see how it reflects the market, and it really reflects how you think also, right? But here's the contrarian. Now the contrarian thinker is thinking, you know what? I see 14% on Pittsburgh, but you know what I also see? An opportunity, right? I see an opportunity, but I'd rather trust a B-type team than say a C-type team like Oakland, whose market confidence is at 28. So yeah, if you're looking for those opportunity teams, the Mets, the Milwaukee, not the Bucks, but the Brew Crew, and Pittsburgh, those are teams that eventually you hope they get out of this cycle they're in, and it all depends who they're playing, right? But yeah, be careful. I'm not a big believer in betting on teams that are bearish. I will once in a while, but very rarely. I got to pick my spot, and I got to see if they're at home, who's pitching, who they're playing. There's a lot of circumstances that have to align for me to really bet on that team, right? So anyway, those are the market reports today, and let's take a look at the ball games today. We'll go to the computer picks, and let's talk about Major League Baseball. And again, if you're tuning in for the first time, hopefully you guys will subscribe to our channel. And if you enjoy the show, please hit that like button. Love it when you guys, our audience, there's a lot of people who talk in the chat, and some people who don't see it because we're not live. But if you do, the only way I can gauge it is through the bullpen chat and the likes, right? So this way I see if I'm on course. And this Tuesday, Thursday has been great. I know a lot of people would like to see the show more like 5 days a week, but from a business point of view, it's not manageable for me. I can't make it 5 days a week, but I think Tuesday and Thursday really works well in my schedule, and hopefully you guys are enjoying the show, and hopefully we're helping you get to the winner's circle. All right, let's kick it off tonight or this afternoon at the Great Ballpark in Cincinnati, where the New York Mets are going to send Kodai Senga to the hill against Derek Law. Now, I saw Law this morning. I also saw another pitcher on some of the other sites that I'm monitoring. So we're just going with the feed gives us. And some of the feed has Ben Lively, so we'll see. I think it's Ben Lively. I'll have to update the feed, but I'll check to see who it is. Check your sources to see which starting pitcher is going. Minus 185 is the line here for the New York Mets. I had them listed at minus 167. You got a B bearish team against a C neutral team, and the Kogels at 43%. The chance of winning this game straight up today for New York's at 65.04%. I don't know if we can trust the New York Mets right now. But the thing is, the Cincinnati not sending any of their aces. Looks like it's a bullpen pitcher. So we do have 5.4 to 3.9 the over-under, landing on 9.37. So we do like New York, but to me, I think this is a stay away game. San Diego taking on the Minnesota Twins. Now the Padres coming off a 4-3 loss in their last game against Minnesota. They're playing on 0 days rest. The last 7 games for San Diego have gone under the total. The last 5 have gone under for the Twins. That's why your Kogels at a very high 81%. So keep an eye on this thing right here, the streaks, because it does affect the Kogo. If you follow the Kogo stands for chance of game going over the total. It's the percentage play towards the total, and we got 49.6. So the thing that's interesting here, if you look at the forecast, and this is why I love this feature here, because from the analytics, and what we do is we go get all the games from the past. We have an algorithm, and we say, what's the average scores? And that's the average score. But the percentage play, funny enough, it does favor Minnesota at 49.6, but it's not that really low for San Diego's at 47.5. So it's a numbers game, right? You got to get inside the numbers, and sometimes in the RAM report, you're going to get some of the analytics that they're not going to align in the way that you loved it for you to align. Sometimes you look at the forecast, and you're like, right on, the analytics, the scorecast does favor that, but crap, the chance of winning, the percentage play does go the other side, and you got to look for indicators, right? These are what I call indicators, and the more indicators you can string along towards your confidence level of your selection, then you got yourself a good pick. 70% of the last 10 games for Minnesota have gone under, 80% for the Padres, and maybe this one here probably goes, I don't know if it goes over. When you're dealing with streaks, right? It's like trying to catch a falling knife. You just don't know. Chicago White Sox taking on the Kansas City Royals. Now, the Royals are 115 favorite. 9.5 is the total. And we're going to lean with the White Sox in this one, with Mike Clevenger getting the assignment today against Brady Singer. And looking at Brady Singer's number. And keep an eye on the weather. There's 84% chance of rain, so might get a little bit of a rain delay today. Brady is 2-4, 8.82 ERA. But the White Sox, if you look at their last 10, they're winning 60% of their games. You can't lose forever, right? So we'll see if Chicago go on a little bit of a run right here. And we do like the White Sox today, 5.03 to 4.6, the over-under at 9.71. All right, the series of the weekend will be played at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. You got Tampa Bay going to send Drew Rasmussen. And when you look at Rasmussen's number on the season, he's 3-2 with a 3.1 ERA. Domingo Germán going to go here for the Yankees. He's 2-2 at a 4.35 ERA on the season. And Yankees coming off, they should have won against the Oakland Athletics all 3 days, because Oakland's not having a good year. 3-game win streak for the Bombers, and you can see here for Tampa Bay, they're coming off a 2-1 loss. In fact, they lost 2-3 to the Orioles. Orioles a sneaky team. Orioles a really good sneaky team, and again, picking those teams in the performance cycles. Baltimore, run line. Those are the type of teams on the run line. You really want to buy that Geico insurance, right? Tampa Bay's last 3 games have gone under. Well, the Yankees' last 4 have gone over the total. We'll see what we'll give here today. Good series last weekend. In fact, you remember that Sunday game where the Yankees were up, I believe it was 6-1 or 6-0, and Tampa Bay came back to win that game 8-7. So one thing with these two teams, right? Almost the entire American League East is always great series. I love watching watching American League East games, if I'm looking through the the MLB forecast, the MLB TV, if there's an American League East game, that's like the top of the food chain for me, right? Maybe because I'm a Blue Jay fan and I monitor those American League East team really closely because the Blue Jays are in it. But so should be a good series this weekend at Yankee Stadium, and we're gonna lean with the Rays in this one. 4.7 to 4.2, the over/under at 8.96. The Rays, last 3 games I've gone under. Look at the total, the chance of winning. Chance of winning, the percentage play, not even at 50% for either team. 49.5, well, if you round it up, it's 50. But 47.5 for the Yankees, who are 21-17 on the year. But Tampa Bay, 29-9. But is Tampa Bay, every team, they can't win forever. Is Tampa Bay going to eventually go into that losing cycle? You can't even say streak, that cycle, right? Where Colorado's having a good cycle. Let's see if Tampa Bay is able to regroup after Camden Yards and see what happens tonight. Should be a good one. First pitch tonight at Yankee Stadium is 7:05 Eastern. San Francisco taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks. Now the Giants going to send Alex Cobb to the hill against Henry. In fact, looking at Henry's stats here on the season, you can see that Tommy Henry is a 1-0, a 5.17 ERA. The lefty is. Alex Cobb is 2-1, a 2.01 ERA. And looking at the Diamondbacks last game, a 5-4 loss to those pesky Marlins, with Genesis Cabrera on the hill for who started for the Marlins, and then you had Sean Manaea for the Nationals, who faced the Giants. Giants lost 11-6 to the Nationals yesterday, and today we're going to lean with the San Francisco Giants. I had plus 131. You can see they're overvalued, and for Arizona, looking at their last 10 games, hitting 500 at 5-5, 6-3-1 to the over. I did have the D-backs at minus 128, so we will see what happens tonight at Chase Field, and we're going to look at the chance of winning. Wow, not a lot of teams in the 50% range, right? In the last couple of forecasts here, these two teams at the 47, then you had 46 and 45. Yeah, the percentage play, maybe that's why the underdogs in the markets are doing so well. But we're going to go with the Giants today. 5.06 to 4.8, the over-under at 9.86. And your Kogo sitting right there at 66%. And your final game of the evening will be played in Oakland between the Texas Rangers, who are 8-4 since April 27, having a good run. They're going to send the former Boston Red Sox pitcher, Nathan Eovaldi, to the hill. And when you look at Eovaldi's stats, change of scenery has been good for Nathan. In fact, let's take a look at Nathan. Let me see here. Or was that game? All right, let's go to 4-2, a 3.22 ERA. And so last year with the Boston Red Sox, he was 6-3, 11-9 in 2021, 4-2. And Eovaldi's been pitching for a while. Started with the Dodgers, went to Miami, the Yankees, Tampa Bay, Boston, and now in Texas. Yeah, so Eovaldi's been, let me see here. He's been pitching here since 2011. So what's that, 12 years? 12 years into the big leagues. So hey, you know what? The old veteran. Hey, when you pitch over 10 years in the major league, now you're called like Charlie Morton, the old veteran, right? So Nathan Eovaldi up against Jake Dykman of the Oakland Athletic. Now Oakland played yesterday in New York. They're coming off a East Coast swing, so we'll see if the body clock is catch up with the Oakland Athletics. And we'll see what that happens. It's a bit like football, right? When you get those teams go from the East Coast to the West Coast, especially in baseball when you're playing every day. So maybe I don't know if their body clocks might be behind here, but we'll see. We'll see tonight. But it's Texas Rangers minus 200, or the line. Let me see, what's the latest line on Texas? Because there was no line this morning. That was my line that I put up this morning, and Texas. Still no line. So that still no line. This is what I have as a line. I think it should be about minus 200, maybe a little bit more, but we will see. We do like the Rangers tonight. 5.4, 3.1. The over/under at 8.64, and that is your Major League Baseball review today for a Thursday, May 11th. All right, let's take a look at the NBA and NHL, and let's go to Inside the Rim report. Actually, let's go to our dashboard. We'll do NHL first, and then we'll go to the NBA. All right, so let me just fix something up here on my backup screen, and bring up some of the other stats. And let's do this. All right, so you got Carolina. Remember last show, I was saying, this game was could have been a coin toss. It was starting to be like a homer series, but Carolina, they came out, and we had good value on the Canes too, right? So 6-1 was the final, and it's this team. It resembles their head coach, right, Rod Brindamore. If anybody's see Rod Brindamore play when he played with the Flyers and Hartford, started in Hartford. With I think it was the Hartford Whalers back in the day. Rod the Bod was just a great playoff player and one of the toughest face-off guys too. And you can tell his team has taken up his character, and their team tough. The one thing about Carolina, their team tough. And Devils, I was really impressed with the Devils when I saw them here in Ottawa. I thought they were a big team. They're fast. They had Dougie Hamilton on the blue line. But it's old momentum. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And right now, Carolina, the only question mark for me for Carolina is Freddie Anderson, right? Can he hold the fort and keep going with what he's been doing? But tonight, minus 130 is the line. I had minus 144, and I do think Carolina, I think that's all she wrote. I think Carolina gets the job done here today. It was 5-1 in game 1, 6-1, 8-4, and then 6-1. I think this one's over tonight. I think Carolina gets the W. I'm looking at maybe a 4-2 type of game. 4-2 type game tonight in Raleigh. All right, Seattle taking on the Dallas not Mavericks, but Dallas Stars. Hey, when you follow so many sports, you cross-reference the wrong team sometimes. Seattle taking on the Stars, minus 200 is the line. That's pretty expensive. I had minus 159, and for the Kraken, I had a plus 158, and you're getting about 170. Looking at the last game, was a victory for the Dallas Stars, 6-3. Now, game 1, you had 5-4 for Seattle, and then you had 4-2 for the Dallas, 7-2, and then 6-2. So, this is win one, lose one type thing, right? You got the zigzag theory going on here. So, if you follow that kind of theory, you think that Seattle will come back here tonight. But this has been a hard series to gauge. It's like it's as if the team that scores the first goal has the entire momentum, right? But this will be a tough one. What's my percentage play? 66% on Seattle. I think if you're going to touch this one, I think the puck line is where you want to go. Let me see what the puck line is on the Seattle. Seattle Kraken. Yeah, you know what? Minus 153, that's affordable. I think that's, I think if you lean this game here tonight, you're leaning towards Seattle plus a goal and a half. And as Stone Cold would say,
and that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
Yeah, Stone Cold says take the Seattle Kraken. All right, let's go to the NBA. And looking at the series, you can see Miami leads 3-2. You got the Lakers still leading 3-2 against the Warriors. Tonight, you got Boston against Philadelphia. So let me go to my rain report. And let's go to, no, not that one. I want to go to the dashboard. Let's go to the rain report. Let's go to, we'll go game Philadelphia and Boston. Yeah, Boston was a 7.5 point favorite the other night. And they got, struggling. Yeah, they got struggling, all right. Yeah, it was a butt kicking. In fact, what was the final? It was 115-103. Still on the road where Philadelphia normally struggles in Boston, but Philly, hey man, a lot of veterans on this team, and it showed, right? Now tonight, Boston a 2.5 point favorite, 212.5 is the total. I got 108-107 as the final score here, and looking at the series, 3-2 lead for Philadelphia. So facing elimination for the Boston Celtics, a team that a lot of people thought would win, right? In game number 1, you had 119-115. That's when Harden went off. Embiid was out that game. 121-187. And what's funny is that you got a team in game 1, the road team wins, and then you got a friggin' pounding in the next game. And then you got 114-102 in game number 2. And then in game number 3. And in game number 4, you had 116-115. Yeah, with the last buzzer beater for Smart could have went, but it didn't. And then that could have went either way, that game, right? But that's why you play the game. 115-103. So this has been a tough battle. This is I say it all the time in coaching, right? Like the game of football or any sport is always, I always say it's 90% mental, 10% physical. And no truer words can be said right now in a series like this. This is a mental. It's about mental toughness in the playoffs, right? Yeah, obviously you're gonna have some physical, body when you got to get physical, and you don't want your body to break down, and it's just endurance. And the one thing about basketball that I really when I watch basketball, and if you ever go watch it live, it's the big guys in the paint with the elbows. It's so vicious. Like, you would think, basketball is just, but go watch the big guys in the paint. It's like offensive linemen and defensive linemen with their hand fighting. It's just unbelievable. When you get big bodies, you get guys that are 6'6", 6'8", close to 6'9", and then those flying elbows are just everywhere. It's a very physical game when it comes to basketball. People don't think basketball is physical. Go watch the big guys in the paint. It gets very physical. Now, looking at the line here tonight, -2.5. I had minus 2.3. Oh,
what if I built you?
Oh, sorry. All right. Let me. Hartford Whalers are still in the ATS stats. Yeah, I know. I told that to our programmer. I said, why is the Hartford Whalers stats still on our feed? And I still haven't got, you know what though? I keep it up there for sentimental, just old school Ron, just liking to see the Hartford Whalers still there. It's like the Expos, just hoping one day they come back. All right, so let me see here what I was going to say about this game. 108-107, so we do like Boston here tonight. You know what? This series has 7 games written all over it, doesn't it? Doesn't this game have 7? But I wish we were getting points. So what's the bookmaker trying to tell us here by giving Boston? If you like Boston here tonight, guys, money line. Don't even sweat out the 2.5. Take the money line. Get that Geico insurance. Hey, the worst thing in basketball is, like, if you're playing the point spread in the last 10 seconds, the free throws, then you start doing the math. Let me see what the money line is on Boston. Actually, it should be up here, -141. What is that? 138. Yeah. So you know what? It'd be like taking a pitcher at 140 in baseball. It's the way I look at it. So I do like I like Boston tonight on the money line, and we'll see if Philadelphia can close them out. In the other game tonight in the association, you got Denver and Phoenix, and looking at this series here. You got Denver leading 3-2, and they're going back to the desert. -3 is the line. 226 is the total. I got 115, 114. Both these teams, the Rain Report has a 1-point win, right? So we do have Phoenix winning tonight. Denver, Jekyll and Hyde, right? They're Jekyll at home, they hide on the road. And looking at their road record, 20-25, 3-7 in Arizona, 5-5 against the number. I think Phoenix is the play here tonight. Again, money line, right? So I do like Boston money line, Phoenix money line. And if that's the way you want to lean tonight in the NBA, that's where I would go. All right, there you have it. That is the Major League Baseball, NHL, and the NBA. And again, don't forget, check out the front page at atsstats.com. You can get the tools. Hey, you know what? Let's go to the top 25 sports betting options today for May 11th. And look at that. The New Jersey Devils are your #1 sports betting option today at +110. 5.5 is the total against at Carolina. But I think this one's all over. And again, if you're looking at the sports betting markets, the options, these aren't picks. These are situational handicapping spots from the formula that we gave in the computer, and say go find the cycle and some of the other things. Like if you look at the cycle for New Jersey, they're in a 12 neutral day cycle. So that means in their last 7 games, they're 3-4, 4-3 in the last 7. Strength of schedule last 7 games, 59%. Against the A-type teams, not too good, 47%. They do much better against the C-type teams. They beat the beatables. Last 4 games have gone over for the Devils. But the good news is this game is in Carolina, which is good news for Devils fans, because New Jersey 30-16 on the road this year, and we're going to give them a 40.3% chance of winning tonight. I need to get a Quebec Nordique ball cap, says Scott Christensen. Yeah, I got a Nordique jersey. I used to wear my jerseys on the show, but yeah, I got a good, nice Quebec Nordique jersey. All right, your second best option tonight is Boston at -2.5. Money line I would recommend against A-type teams, which they win 64% of their games. They're on the road. They're on the road where they're 28-18 straight up, and 35.2% chance of winning. Denver's your #3 team on the top 25 sports betting option, San Diego comes in at number 4 and Arizona at number 5. All right, there's Miss Denica. Good morning, Miss Denica. Hope you're having a good start to your day. And again, don't forget, guys, get the free tip sheet. Go to the website, ATS Stats. Click on tip sheet at the top right here. And it's going to take you to the next page where you can get all the free tip sheets. If you want NBA, if you want the NHL, you can get them right there. In fact, let's take a look, see if there's any good stats and trends on the tip sheets for the games here tonight. Oh, we got a couple. Look at that. Oh, look at this. On the Phoenix Suns. So if you like the Suns, point spread wise, and you're getting what here? You're laying what? -2.5, -3. Interesting enough, I find this... any team that's a home team last 5 years, okay, that's why. I was saying, how can the home favorite have a better, if the straight up record is not, if the ATS record is not better than the straight up record, how can this be? Because only home team, so we're not looking at the rolls. So any home team last 5 years after a non-division game on 1 day's rest, coming off a loss against a Northwest opponent who has a 61-71 win percentage or 61-70 win percentage, 8-7 straight up with 13-2 against the number. So hey, you know what? Money line tells me money line. And for Denver, anytime they're a road underdog on 1 day's rest after a conference game and they're coming off a home win, 17-4. But look at the 5-16. Not good. Not good. Hey, not good at all. Let me see if we have any stats on that Boston Philadelphia. And again, you can get this for free just by going to the website, atsstats.com. It's in the name, right? Just like EA Sports, it's in the name. ATS against the spread. Hey. Let me see here. Let's go down to the bottom. Philadelphia as a home team, as an underdog, playing on a Thursday and allowed 105 or less points against in their last game. Not good. 3-12. So that's why I even like Boston a little bit better. Hey, that's why I like Boston a lot better tonight. Let me check out the NHL, see if there's any good NHL stats and trends, and then I will get to your 80% club stats. Hey, we'll get AI going here in a second. Let's scroll down to the bottom, see if we have any NHL. Oh, we got a lot of them here. Any good ones to really write home about? Carolina, anytime the Canes are a home team last 3 years, totals 5.5, and they allowed 1 or less goals against in their last game. Wow, 16-3 straight up, and cue up the hey, that's all she turn out the lights, the party's over, probably. All right, Seattle taking on Dallas. The Seattle Kraken taking on the Dallas Stars. Let's see if we have any good stats and trends on this game here tonight. Seattle as a road team coming off a Western Conference an opponent, coming off a loss, 11-2 on the puck line. Yeah, I do like Seattle puck line tonight. So you know what? There you go. And hopefully it cashes you a nice winning ticket.
We talking about practice.
80% club.
Not a game. Not a game. We talking about
80% club.
Practice, man. I mean, how silly is that?
No, not silly at all, because we are talking about the 80% club, and because there's only, 5-6 games today in the Major League Baseball, so we don't have a lot of 80% club stats. Anyone care to share the Discord? I can read the live comments after the show is done. All right, so Daniel Duff is anyone can share the Discord. I'll send you the link, Daniel, after the show. I'll send you an email. The over is 10-2 for the Athletics as a home team, coming off a 4-game losing streak the last 5 years. That's good for 83.3%. The over 14-3 for the Yankees, home team, coming off 4 overs the last 10 years. Wow, that's an interesting stat. Over the home team coming off 4 overs. You know what? Now I'm gonna have to do a little research on this, on when any team's coming off 4 overs as a road team. What was the last 10 years, it said? So let me go to my search database. That's why I love having this database. Home teams, all right, coming off 4 overs. What was it, the last 10 years? Hopefully I got last 10 years. I think I do. Oh no, I got last 5. Crap. All right, last 5 is good. Let's see what the old survey says. 142 and 118. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. What about home? Let me see. Are they home favorite tonight or home underdog? Let me see here. You go back. Major League Baseball. Yankees tonight are underdogs. So let me see when they're any home underdog. Last 4 games I've gone over. Let me see. There's no last 10 at the bottom. Sometimes they're at the bottom. All right, so let's go. All right, last 4, right? Okay, let's go. Last 4 overs. Last 4 games I've gone over. Last 5 years, home underdog. Survey says 53, 53, and 7. But look at that, 42, 71. So it does favor the Rays. What's the total in that game? So 8.5. So let me try this now. Let's do home team. Total's over. Last 4 have gone over. And we're going to go last 5 years. So last game I've gone over. Last 5 years. And the total's 8.5. Let's see what the old survey says. All right, there we go. Last 5 years, survey says 43-23. Wow, pretty good. That is really good. What's the percentage on that? Let me see. So let me take out the old calculator. 43 divided by 66. 65%. All right, that's workable. Hey, there may be a good play. We'll see how that pans out tonight. So Tampa Bay and the Yankees over the total of 8.5. So we'll see if that cashes a nice winning ticket for you guys here today. All right. Hey, you know what? Good show today. We got, we broke down those lucky sevens, right? So teams you want to keep an eye on this weekend: Colorado, Texas, Atlanta, Dodgers, Tampa Bay, Baltimore, and the Boston Red Sox. Those are your flavor of the last 3 weeks. And we'll see if they can continue going. And of all those teams, Colorado's a C-type team. Baltimore's probably a B. Tampa Bay's an A. Yeah, all the A-type teams are there. But Boston, Colorado, those are teams right now. And Baltimore, you want to keep an eye on. I think those are your good value teams. You know, your under-the-radar type teams. I think those are teams you want to keep an eye on. Also, if you go to the website each and every day, I post content. Like today, I gave you guys the top 25, and it's free. And you go to the website, here's the top 25 betting trends. Now, they're not 80% club stats, but they're betting trends on the Texas Rangers. When the Rangers are an away team versus an American League Conference opponent this year, 9-3 straight up. And the under 12-4 for the Rangers, the away team, coming off a 1-run win the last 3 years. So those are the type of stats and trends and the information you're going to get each and every day right here at atsstats.com. All right, folks, don't forget, if you do enjoy the show, please hit that like button. I always like to see the support. I know we don't see it during the show. Sometimes people are missing. And I got a 20 bonus bet from my sportsbook. I'm putting it on the Kraken puck line, says Scott Christensen. Yeah, Seattle's a good pick, puck line. They are Road Warriors. Chicago White Sox, Clevenger 9-0 with a 1.9 ERA versus Kansas City. That's a great stat, Scott. So Scott says Clevenger 9-0, 1.98 ERA versus the Kansas City Royals. So that's a good one right there. And so I will get you that link, Danielle. And if you want to go to our Discord, folks, if you go to the Raymond Report on our YouTube channel, look in the top right-hand corner. There's going to be a little Discord button. Click on it, and we got some great people in there posting each and every day, and you can chat along with them. All right, enjoy your weekend. I'll be back next Tuesday with another edition of the Raymond Report, and hopefully you guys have a safe weekend, and may all the winners be yours. And always remember, shop for value, play those percentages. I'll see you back here Monday with another edition of the Raymond Report. Cheers.
Hello again, everybody. Harry Carey from Wrigley Field on a beautiful day for baseball.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man.
Joe, own the Chiefs.
Owns.
Owns.
I don't know.
Struggling. Can we have fun? You're damn right. I demand that we have fun.
Put that coffee down. Coffee's for closers only.
Straight cash, homie.
Holy cow!
It's a dog-eat-dog world, Sammy, and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear.
What the hell's going on out here?
Woo! If you smile, what the rock is cooking. That's the bottom line, 'cause Stone Cold said so.
Let's go to eat a goddamn snack.
Look over there, big red lips, long blonde hair. Say, come here, baby, let me get you stare. Like the way you walk over there. Hey, yeah, would you look over there? Long black boots and long hair. Say, come here, baby, let me get you stare. Like the way you walk when you walk over there. Ain't no girl like that. swap over there.